This is Super Yacht News with E. Sisman.
Hi, welcome back to the channel. Okay, so we've got some reporting in from the Organised Crime and Corruption Reporting Project, otherwise known as the OCCRP. They're reporting that a Cyprus court ruled on Wednesday to extradite mining entrepreneur and super yacht owner Benny Steinmetz to Romania. A court in Romania sentenced him to 5 years in prison for conspiring with the grandson of the former king and others to corruptly obtain former royal lands worth over $100 million. Steinmetz's legal team, however, said that they would appeal the decision to the country's Supreme Court. Judge Michael said Steinmetz would be held in detention until his extradition or the filing of an appeal, as there was a risk of his fleeing justice. Now, Steinmetz is reportedly the owner of motor yacht Project X, according to Super Yacht Fan, although that has been denied by a legal representative of Delana Holdings Limited, the yacht's registered owner. Project X is an 87-metre or 287-foot yacht built by the Greek shipyard Golden Yachts in 2022. She also featured at the Monaco Yacht Show, I think it was 2022. The yacht features a triple height glass atrium with elevator, beauty salon and beach club and gym. Now, the Cypriot police arrested Steinmetz, who's 67 years old, at Larnaca Airport on the 31st of October on the basis of a European arrest warrant issued in Romania after his conviction for forming an organised criminal group. Romania's Supreme Court found him guilty in December 2020. Now, after his initial arrest in August, Steinmetz, an Israeli citizen and resident, was freed on a €1 million bail, but was confined to the island of Cyprus and had to report every day to the local police station, according to a spokesman for the Cypriot police. However, after the court decision on Wednesday, he was again placed under arrest. Now, Steinmetz's legal team argued that his right to a fair trial in Romania had been violated due to the alleged illegal use of wiretap material, and Interpol had cancelled a red notice arrest warrant for Steinmetz in October 2021 when a committee there found there were doubts over the legality of the wiretap evidence prosecutors had gathered. The Cypriot ruling comes as Steinmetz awaits the decision of Switzerland's Supreme Court on a separate corruption case over some of the world's most important mining rights. Geneva's appeals court upheld a bribery conviction on the matter in April last year, issuing a 365-page judgment detailing corruption by his company, Benny Steinmetz Group Resources, in obtaining iron ore deposits worth several $1 billion in Guinea, West Africa. He was sentenced to 18 months jail time plus an 18-month suspended sentence, but appealed immediately. No date has been given for the Swiss court's verdict. Okay, so we'll move on to the next story. We recently reported on the channel in a previous news video that a yacht owned by Clive Palmer, who's a Australian millionaire, ran aground in a channel in Singapore. Now, we've had some information that the captain and the chief officer on that vessel lost their jobs after the incident in Singapore where Clive Palmer's yacht ran aground. Now, we've been unable to confirm that information, but we have had multiple people tell us who are close to the vessel. Now, the pilot was on board at the time the yacht ran aground. So they were in the channel with a pilot on board, and yet they still ran aground. Now, you may be wondering how a yacht can get into this situation when there's a pilot on board. Well, the pilot generally, when he's on board, is there to ensure a safe passage, of course. They know the route intimately. They do it multiple times every day. And very often the captains of vessels that go into that area, they don't know the area at all, and they are required to have a pilot on board. However, the pilot doesn't come on board and then stand at the wheel and then steer the vessel, down the channel. That's not how it works. Generally, they'll have a deckhand at the wheel, and the captain will still give commands on the bridge, but the pilot will stand with the captain and give him information that if he feels the vessel's going in the wrong direction, they will give him information. Now, if the captain gives the wrong instructions to the deckhand, or the deckhand doesn't steer in the correct heading, then an accident can still happen, right? Also, if there's a mechanical issue with the vessel, then just because they're calling out the right instructions doesn't mean the vessel's going to respond when they turn the controls. So that's another possibility. We don't actually know what the cause of that running aground was at this time. So apparently though, we've been told by multiple people who were close to the vessel that the captain and chief officer were let go after that incident. The same people also told us that there's a very high turnover of crew on that vessel. Like I said, we can't confirm any of that. This is just information that's come to us from people who have knowledge of that vessel. All right, so we'll move on to our next story now. Now this concerns us a little bit. Now you may or may not know that we've had a number of videos removed by YouTube recently after the captain of Scheherazade instructed a law firm to act on his behalf. Gresham Legal, a London-based law firm, sent letters to YouTube asking for data to be removed from our videos. They also sent us letters asking for the same. Now we blurred out personal data in the videos, leaving only the name of the captain that was on a list of crew, which consisted of his name, plus a number of Russian crew, which an investigative team from the Navalny team said were members of the FSO, which is the Russian Secret Service, the people who guard the Russian president, working as crew of a super yacht. Now the captain's name is not a secret, nor did we out him as some comments suggested on the previous videos. In fact, he was featured in many newspaper articles last year and even gave a phone interview to the New York Times. Now we'll put links in the description so you can go there. In actual fact, we put a pinned comment on the previous video with those links to those articles. But we'll put them in the description below so you can see them. It just proves that we didn't out him. His name is there in black and white. Now, like we said, we blurred out the personal details, leaving just his name because we felt it was part of that story, but YouTube still removed the videos. So then we reposted the videos with the original offending data removed, and we added these opinions. And this is at the beginning of the video. It says, this video is being reposted after lawyers working for the captain of Scheherazade had YouTube remove the videos. We believe the reason used was an excuse to limit free speech. This is our opinion, right? Now, later in the same video, we said images blurred after the captain of Scheherazade used lawyers to have the original video removed. Well, we've had another letter from Gresham Legal, and they are apparently unhappy. I can't actually tell if it's the captain who's unhappy or if it's the law firm that's unhappy. It's not clear in the letter. And they feel that we do not have a right to voice our opinion, apparently, because they want us to remove those statements. Now, they said the statements are false. Indeed, you ought to have known prior to publishing the videos that the statements are false, given our 3rd of October letter to you, which stated as follows. Now, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I'll put it on the screen so you can read it. But it says, for the avoidance of any doubt, our client's request is limited to the removal of his personal data. Our clients recognize the importance of journalistic freedom. He does not seek in any way to prevent you from exercising that freedom. Now, when somebody complains, when they complain to YouTube, the letters that they send to YouTube are not seen by us. We're not privy to any of the investigation from YouTube. In fact, the first thing we knew from YouTube about the complaint was YouTube pulling those videos, right? So they didn't contact us and tell us to blur out this or that, go to this point and blur this out and all's good. We never got any emails from YouTube like that. They just pulled the videos, right? So Gresham Legal forwarded to us all the data that was submitted to YouTube, including the original complaints filed by the captain to YouTube to prove to us that they nor their client, the captain, wanted to pull our videos. And in summing up, Gresham Legal said, in other words, our letters to YouTube make it plain that our client expressly did and does not seek to remove the videos. In light of these matters set out above, we invite you to confirm by no later than 5 p.m. London time on Friday the 3rd of November, which is 24 hours, by the way, since we received the letter, that you will take appropriate steps to remove the statements from your channel, which were opinions. If you do not agree to do so, please provide a reasoned explanation as soon as possible. However, in that event, our client's rights to take all necessary further steps to ensure that you comply with your legal obligations, including by way of formal legal proceedings and all remedies to which he may be entitled, including to seek his legal costs from you on the indemnity basis of fully reserved. So take down the bit that we don't like, or we're going to sue. That's the sum up of that, right? So they disagree with our statements, which are opinions, and they want them removed based on the proof that they have supplied by sending us the original documents. Now, when we went into those documents on page 12 of this letter that they sent us is this email sent to YouTube by the captain. And it says, "I request that these videos are immediately removed for my own privacy and safety." Now, I'm no legal scholar, but I would say that appears to be clear evidence of the contrary. So anyway, we'll move on. We've got a YotSpot. This is Motor Yacht Bold and a couple of other boats. So now, after we made a video recently about Motor Yacht Bold, I made a video talking about Bold in Cala del Forte in Ventimiglia in Italy. And I was talking about the yacht, and I said that I wasn't sure if the vessel could carry a helicopter on board, whether it was just a touch and go helipad. Now, after that, we got quite a few people contact us, giving us photos and videos of Bold carrying helicopters, right? We put one on a video later on, but we've got some video footage here now of how they store the helicopter on the lower deck. They can also store it on the upper deck as well. So technically, they could store it in two different places. So we got some video footage here showing it stored. Apparently, the basketball hoop moves up to give space to get the rotors under there. And we've also got some footage here of helicopter operations, and you can see the helicopter taking off. And we've had some photographs from Malta. First yacht in Malta is Motor Yacht Axioma, which we mentioned in the last video, talking about her ownership and the fact that the yacht was re-entering the charter market after his seizure and somewhat dubious auction in Gibraltar last year, which were reported on fully. I'm not going to go into again. This is taken in the last couple of days in Malta of Axioma laid up. She's still there right now, actually. She's supposedly heading to the Antigua charter show in December. And the second yacht is Motor Yacht Liva. I'm not quite sure how you say it. Now, this is a stunning yacht. We did a video about this yacht also. And every time I see this boat, I like it a little bit more. Now, this was back in Malta, but back in September. All of these photos of Axioma and Liva are from the same person. I'll put his name on screen. Yeah, so I just thought I'd share them with you. I think that vessel with the black hull looks absolutely fantastic. Very classic lines. She will age very well, that yacht. What I'm going to be doing in this series of vlogs is recording the journey across the Atlantic. If you want to see a 10-part vlog filmed on board a yacht I was on crossing the Atlantic and beyond, including Panama Canal crossing, sign up to patreon.com/eSysman. You'll find behind the scenes videos and extras not published on YouTube, including behind the scenes videos from our recent trip to Italy, Monaco and France. We also recently made a video showing how we make the Superyacht News videos, as well as the Patreon chat series and the Patreon only Q&A series, where you can ask questions answered in Patreon only videos. A new one is coming soon. And you'll get early access to YouTube features advert free. And don't forget to check out the Superyacht News channel. It's all the goodness of this channel in bite-sized chunks, including now the full version of Superyacht News on that channel also. All right, guys, thanks very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this video. If you've got any information about any of the stories and any other stories, please be sure to get in touch. You can get us on the email address below. You can get us on Instagram, on Facebook Messenger, on Twitter, and on Threema. Be sure to like this video for the algorithm, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell for future notifications. All right, guys, have a great Friday and have a great weekend. We've got a video coming out on Sunday as well, a feature, so look out for that. All right, guys, bye-bye.